And that's why affirmations work so effectively. Because your subconscious doesn't know you're full of shit. The kids, the big kids, smart kids, are taping them, their own voice, and listening to them all night. So they work subliminally. Some of the kids go to Fiverr or Tenor, you know those things online where you can get somebody with a soothing, sexy voice? Okay. And they listen to them all night. I didn't do that. All I did was read them in the morning and read them at night. Athletes have been doing this since the first Olympia 2,000 years ago. Affirmations. John Elway saw himself a goal to win a Super Bowl in overtime since he's 6 years old, but he didn't say the first Super Bowl. It took him the third Super Bowl before he won. The kids, it's phenomenal. It's mostly been used over the last 100 years by athletes and only more recently by business people like yourselves the last 30, 40 years. But it works. Abso-fucking-lutely it works. And that's why affirmations work so effectively. Because your subconscious doesn't know you're full of shit. And when you tell, I'm going to be trillionaire, dominate the world, and your subconscious doesn't know it. And when you tell your subconscious 1,000,000 times, and then every success you have is a self-fulfilling prophecy. Athletes, world-class athletes get this like, they took a poop in the morning. The world-class athletes, 20 years, they see themselves standing on the podium getting a gold medal at the Olympics. And we're going to have 4 or 5 stories of guys that I personally trained that were able to do that. But you'll never exceed your most bodacious goal. If you say, I've got mentees, I'm going to go to the Olympics. They went, they didn't get a medal. I've got mentees that I'm going to go to the Olympics and I'm going to medal. What the fuck's that mean? They get a bronze. And I've been doing this long enough. I believed in the beginning. I don't need any fucking validation, but I've gotten out countless validations. I'm going to go to the Olympics. And he's an Olympic cyclist, but he didn't get a medal. A guy in California they were in 3A, they break the CIF down into quadruple A, triple A, double A, size of the high school, the number of the students. He was in a 2A school, I think he had 2,000 students, and his junior year, and he was a gifted athlete, talked about he wanted to be on the Dodgers and someday owning the Dodgers. They go to the state finals. The goal for the team was to go to the state finals. They went to the state finals and lost 2-1. The next year, his goal was to win the state finals. They went to the state finals and won 3-4. It's that subtle. There's a big difference between asking Miss Universe out and fucking Miss Universe. Big quantum difference. And so when we talk about these things, now we're talking early on. And you can never underestimate how wrong you can be. And I was dead fucking wrong for 24 and a half years about that. But I'm not too old to change, and I keep changing, and that's why the seminars are fucking good. And that's why we're sold out till fucking August or whatever we are. And now we're getting more and more successes early on. We have guys that went to the seminar in 13 years ago, 2005? It's no big deal to me that you're a billionaire and you went to the seminar in 2005. So fucking what? I'd be embarrassed. I wouldn't even write Dan about that. Don't write me. Now, you would fucking cut your dick off to be a billionaire if you came to the seminar in 2005. Now, a billionaire in 3-4 years, now that's, write me. But otherwise, stick it up your ass where the sun doesn't shine. I'm a Catholic boy, altar boy.
You went to church?
The Catholic church. The last thing I do every night is I fall asleep saying my prayers. My wife can attest to that. I fall asleep every single night saying my prayers. I have for 68 years.
Prayers or affirmations?
No. Affirmations first, prayers last. Prayers I fall asleep doing, because I don't want to fall asleep during my affirmations. Affirmations, then prayers, and if I'm really not tired, And last night I got 30% REM sleep. REM, for those of you that know that, I don't think I've ever had, first night in Holland in a long time, 30% REM sleep. I don't get 30% REM sleep. I normally have like 16, 18% REM sleep. So something I'm telling you, Holland could be heaven. But if you have tons of money, kids, and I call you all kids because I'm old enough to be a father or grandfather. If you have tons of money, heaven can be any place. If you don't think money doesn't buy happiness, you don't know where the fuck to shop. I've been rich and I've been poor. I'd rather be dead than poor again. I'd rather be dead. And I say my prayers. And
what kind of prayers?
I say prayers. I say a prayer for President Trump. He doesn't get assassinated. Then I say prayers for all the servicemen that are in combat, no matter what country they're from. Then I say for my mom and dad who passed away. Then my grandparents who passed away. Then Sally and her mother. And don't tell your mom that I say prayers for, Sally. And then my kids, all our kids. And then a couple cousins. Then a couple of, some of my mentees are having, a daughter's dying of cancer or something like that. I have them a special prayer list. But I have 240 nuns praying for me every day. Sally and I support orphanages, a lot of Catholic stuff and non-Catholic. And we have, 20 priests. And they say I'm on a rocket ship to heaven. You're going to pass Elon Musk. While he's on his way to Mars, you're going to pass him, Dan.
The nuns say that.
The nuns. And I say, from your lips to his ears.
If you do the prayers, you got to believe in something.
Yeah, I believe in God. I do.
Yeah?
I believe in God, yeah.
And you think he
I have no
helps you?
proof. Neither do you. I have no proof, but I have faith.
Faith.
And that's one of the missing things from your, not a journey, because life's not a journey. Journey are for meatheads. Life is, find somebody who you want to be like and follow what he did. Just like Socrates, Plato, and Aristotle did 2,500 years ago. So I modeled very successful people, and that's what the whole program is based on. But I believe, and the kids that are the most successful, whether they're the lazy Dutch kids that I poke fun at, or everybody else, is they have faith. But most of you don't have, and I say generally speaking, most of you don't have faith in yourselves because you got low self-esteem, no self-confidence. You look like shit. You dress like shit. And you blame it on the 21st century, the reason why you dress the way you do. Believe me, and we're going to, I can't wait. I'm waiting with bated breath to hear you say your affirmations, but they do come true. And Andrew Agassi was saying affirmations when he was 3 or 4 years old. 3 or 4 years old for tennis. And he's the only one I know about, so that I know, but most of the great athletes, Mr. Obama, I don't think much of him as a president, but I mean, I take my hat off to him vis-a-vis goals and affirmations. When he was a 19-year-old pothead in California at a college, he said, I'm going to be the first black president in the United States. And everything he did was pointed at that. And by God, fuck, it happens. It happened. Notwithstanding, I don't agree with anything he says. But the power for a guy when he was 19 to say there was going to be a black president, he had to be high. There was no question. He had to be high when he said that.